problem number 2 in the second section. So with this equation, what I do first is I write parentheses around each side separating them because it has this equal sign. Now I ask, can I factor anything? But with this specific problem, you can't. Nothing can be factored anymore. Now I look if there is one of everything. There's 2 x plus 3's. So I take this bottom right here and I multiply it from the top over x plus 3. You can cross out the x plus 3's now and then just FOIL the negative 4. Then you're left with negative 4x plus 16. This is now the left side of the problem. Now we move on to the right. Next, what you have to do is you have to do the same that you did to the other side. So you would have to multiply x plus 3 and x minus 4, top and bottom, which then cancels out the bottom half. So then you're just left with x minus 1, x minus 4, and then plus x plus 3. And you would just FOIL these together. So then you would get x squared minus 4x minus x plus 4. And then you would get plus x squared plus 3x. The x squareds would come together, making 2x squared. The 3x and the x make 2x squared, but there's also a negative 2x, so it would be negative, or there was a negative 4x, so then putting those together, you'd get negative 2x plus 4 equals, bring that down, negative 4x plus 16. With this problem, you would just move this problem right over here to that, but doing so, you have to switch the signs. You're trying to make this whole problem equal to 0. So 0 equals 2x squared minus 2x plus 4 plus 4x minus 16, and just add like terms. 2x stays. There's a negative 2x and a 4x, so that makes 2x. There's a 4 minus 16 minus 12. This whole thing equals 0. Now you look if you have a GCF or greatest common factor, because you're gonna eventually factor this out, but there is a GCF, which is 2. So then you're left with x squared plus x minus 6. You're going to now FOIL this equation. So negative 6, 1, what two numbers can go into negative 6 and 1, which is negative 2 and 3. Then you're left with x plus 3 and x minus 2, which really equals x equals negative 3 and 2. But with this specific equation, you have to look for extraneous solutions anytime you're trying to make something equal to x or to 0. So what you would have to do is you would have to put 3 back into the problems. So you would do negative 4, and then you do negative 3 plus 3 equals negative 3 minus 1. So this would be negative 4 over 0 equals as you can tell, when you add these two together, it will not equal -4, 0. So when you do the same thing but to 2, 2 actually does work, so the whole problem ends up x equals 2 is your final answer.